Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. My name is Kevin Vocal. I'm the president of Toyota Motor Manufacturing Texas. I'm honored to be here with you today, and I want to thank you all for joining us as we celebrate another exciting chapter for Toyota Texas. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize our special guests who will share their thoughts with us today. From Toyota's North American headquarters in Plano, our Chief Administrative Officer, Manufacturing and Corporate Resources, Chris Reynolds. Chris is a 12-year veteran of Toyota and oversees 9 divisions, including head of manufacturing. So he's kind of my boss, and I may say you're looking very dapper today. We'll also hear from Texas Governor Greg Abbott, San Antonio Mayor Ron Nuremberg, and Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf. Along with our speakers, I see many distinguished community members in the audience today. So please hold your applause until they've all been recognized. Specifically, I'd like to welcome our elected and appointed officials, Texas Secretary of State Ruth Hughes, Deputy Secretary of State Joe Esparza, Texas State Senator Pete Flores, who represents the plant, Texas State Representative Steve Allison, Ray Lopez, and on behalf of Leo Pacheco, Dr. Richard Gambita, his Chief of Staff. Bexar County Commissioners, Guadalupe County Commissioners, City of San Antonio Council members, City Managers Eric Walsh of San Antonio and Robert Herrera of Cibolo, and finally someone who needs no introduction to our community, former Secretary of HUD, Mayor San Antonio, and champion for Toyota, Henry Cisneros. Thank you all of you for being here today. I'd specifically like to thank the members of the Texas Legislature for their pro-growth leadership for Bexar County over the years. This delegation understands the value of providing the tools needed for attracting and expanding businesses and fostering job growth in the region. We're also joined by representatives on our on-site suppliers who work alongside of us every day to ensure we're always able to build high-quality trucks. We consider you part of our family. Before I go any further, I want to bring special attention to the Toyota team members who are sitting with you today. They're representing the 3,200 hardworking team members who are building 1,000 trucks every single day for our customer. That's a truck rolling off the line every 60 seconds. Our team members are truly the backbone of our community and our company. Can I ask our team members to please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you, team. Now, as I mentioned, Chris has been with Toyota for 12 years, but before that, he was a partner with a New York law firm, so don't hold that against him. After serving as an assistant United States attorney for the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York. Though he practiced law for many years, his roots are really in manufacturing, having grown up in Detroit, where his father was an auto worker. Now, Toyota is grateful to have his expertise in areas like diversity and inclusion, social innovation, and human resources, but for me, I'm especially pleased that he's also in charge of manufacturing. Please welcome to the podium, Chris Reynolds.
Thank you, Kevin, and good afternoon, everyone. You can do better than that. This is a great occasion. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
So much better, so much better. Governor Abbott, members of the legislature, Mr. Mayor and Judge Wolf, members of the City Council, and all of our special guests here today, especially our team members, welcome to Toyota, Texas. Now, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on a busy Tuesday as we celebrate another milestone in our company's history here in San Antonio, and as we welcome our new partner, Aishin. You know, time flies, but over 15 years ago, this community opened its arms and its hearts to us. And today, we continue to build upon the roots we planted together. You've each put forth, as members of this community, tremendous effort to ensure Toyota's and our supplier partners' long-term future. And as you're going to hear today, what a future it is. I'm honored to congratulate Aishin on the tremendous $400 million investment they're making in building a new plant in Cibolo, including adding 900 new jobs in the region. Now, that's really something to celebrate. Now, let me tell our new neighbors from Aishin, we're confident you'll experience the very same San Antonio hospitality we have come to know and love, and it's clear that the workforce here can't be beat. Thank you so much for your partnership, and we look forward to watching you grow. And on behalf of Toyota, we are here to celebrate the great news that we are officially investing $391 million right here at Toyota, Texas. I love it when I get to announce money like that. Everybody likes that. It's all part of our $13 billion commitment Toyota made to invest in our U.S. operations over a 5-year period through 2021. We're not a national security threat, we're a national security guarantee. Now, today's investment will provide flexible and efficient new technologies and future platforms that'll pave the way for the long-term sustainability of Toyota Texas and this great community where we live and work. In other words, we're here for the long term. Now, just think of it, with today's announcement, Toyota's investment in San Antonio totals over $3.1 billion, and you know we're not done. And just because I love throwing around big numbers, according to a study commissioned by the San Antonio Economic Development Foundation, the total economic impact of these investments will surpass $10 billion with an employment multiplier of over 40,000 San Antonio jobs over the next 10 years for the entire region. Well, as they say, everything's bigger in Texas, and we can think of no bigger and better place than our San Antonio truck plant to showcase the future of innovation in advanced manufacturing with these great team members who make our Tacomas and Tundras. Now, no pun intended, but this city is firing on all cylinders right now, powered by the San Antonio Economic Development Foundation, Bexar County, and the city of San Antonio. And it's paying dividends with strong job opportunities and, Governor, a robust economy. By attracting new companies to the area, while encouraging and paving the way for expansion of existing businesses like ours, San Antonio is establishing a future in high-demand industries with high-paying jobs, and what could be better? As you know, Toyota has a philosophy of build where we sell and buy where we build, and we think that that helps support local suppliers and economies, and it increases our overall investment, but most importantly, it allows us to build ever better trucks right here in San Antonio for our customers all across North America. So, trucks are hot in Texas. All you have to do is drive down the road and you see them everywhere, but the hottest trucks are built right here, right just across the way, right here in Texas. Thank you. And so to Governor Abbott and all of the state and local officials who have joined us here today, on behalf of everyone at Toyota, all 35,000 of us all across the United States, thank you for your continued partnership and providing us a place where we can grow and thrive as we add another fantastic chapter to the Toyota San Antonio story. Thanks again, and welcome to Toyota, Texas.
Thank you, Chris. Hey, I'm thrilled to have this chance to lead Toyota Texas through the era of change. This plant is here to stay, and with this investment, we'll have the flexibility to build what our customers want right here in San Antonio for years to come. When Toyota searched for a location for our plant over 17 years ago, the state of Texas stood head and shoulders above the rest with economic development and incentives to bring us to San Antonio. And we recently made the bold move to consolidate our operations and establish our North American headquarters just right up the road in Plano. That makes 2 significant Toyota operations in our great state. Today, we're honored to have the head of the state of Texas joining us. Governor Greg Abbott has spent a lifetime in public service, starting as a state district judge, then as a Texas Supreme Court justice, before he was our longest-serving Texas Attorney General. He was elected as our 48th governor in 2014 and has since worked on property tax reform, investing more in education, and, as we're celebrating today, expanding economic opportunity. Governor Abbott, welcome to Toyota.
Very well done. And thank you for everything that you're doing. Sure. Watch out your toes right there. Well, thank you, Kevin, for your kind words. Thank you for your introduction. Thank you, Chris. And thank you to the entire team of Toyota and Ishan who are gathered with us today. Also, it's always great to come and partner with your mayor and with your county judge. The reality is they know if ever you're in town and you happen to see the 3 of us together, you better be prepared for an economic development announcement. We're obviously proud about this economic development, but we're also proud about everything that's happening across the state. There really is no company that does more for our state or is contributing more to expand economic development than Toyota. But if you compound what Toyota is doing with what is taking place with the economic development efforts by the mayor and the county judge and similar economic development teams across the state of Texas, you get into some of those numbers that Kevin was talking about earlier. One is that Texas, in part because of Toyota, ranks #1 in the United States for the most jobs created over the past year and over the past decade, thanks to Toyota. We've led the entire country in exports for more than 15 years. And because of everything that we produce, the gross domestic product in Texas now exceeds $1.8 trillion a year. To help you understand how large that is, Texas doesn't compare its economy to other states. We compare our economy to other nations. If Texas were its own independent country, we would have the 10th largest economy in the entire world. The Texas economy, believe this or not, is larger than the economy of Canada. It's larger than the economy of Australia. And believe it or not, the Texas economy is even larger than the economy of Russia. And that makes me more powerful than Putin. But today is about Toyota and Texas. It is a great day for Toyota, and it's a great day for the great state of Texas. You know, one thing that's so fun about this is I always feel so much pride when I see the decals on Tundras. Born in Texas, built by Texans. There is no label more powerful than Made in Texas, and you help make that true. Today, we celebrate that Made in Texas label, and we celebrate the tremendous investments that Toyota and Ishan are making for our state. We can't thank you enough for your commitment to our state, and I want you to know that the state's commitment to you is reciprocated, that we want to be there with you all along the way. It's a partnership, and we're proud of the partnership that Texas shares with Toyota and Ishan. These two companies are making huge contributions to the Texas economy, and they're also becoming such important parts of the community fabric here in San Antonio, up in the Plano area, and across the entire state. Texas is proud of this investment. And ISHN is not only going to be helping to modernize this facility and growing the Texas economy, together you all are fueling the Texas emergence as a manufacturing powerhouse. Now, as part of this ongoing partnership that Texas is sharing with Toyota, I'm going to be leaving on Friday, going to Japan, visiting with Toyota officials and ISHN officials in Japan, further cementing our commitment to work collaboratively together. I know that working together there in Japan and in Texas, we are going to be on the threshold of creating the next generation of Toyota in Texas. Working together, we will continue to grow the Toyota and ISHN brands here in Texas, and we will expand economic opportunity throughout the entire region and across the Lone Star State. So thank you, Toyota. Thank you, ISHN, for all you're doing to elevate Texas even higher in the economic spheres. Thank y'all so very much. Thank you, guys. Very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Governor Abbott. It's great to have Governor Abbott here with us today to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Toyota is grateful for our long-standing relationship with the state of Texas. This opportunity wouldn't have been possible without the tremendous efforts of many people. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize several business leaders who are true champions for our community. Jenna Salcida Herrera of the San Antonio Economic Development Foundation, David Marquez of Bexar County Economic and Community Development, Renee Domingos and now Alex Lopez of the Economic Development Department. Each of their teams worked tirelessly to make this project come to fruition. Let's give them a big round of applause. Here at Toyota, we're committed to Start Your Impossible. Start Your Impossible is a mindset and a challenge for our team members and our community. It's a way of reminding us all that there's nothing that's out of reach when we believe in ourselves, collaborate, and stay committed to our goals. And I think that's especially true for our locally elected officials. It isn't easy running a municipal government and bringing a vision to life. Now, our next speaker, Mayor Ron Nuremberg, is well known for having a big vision in San Antonio's future. And I'm pleased that Toyota fits right into that vision. Mayor, would you please come up and join me on the podium?
Thank you, Kevin. Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure as mayor of San Antonio to say that the future of truck manufacturing is Toyota, and the future of Toyota is San Antonio, Texas. Today is an exciting day to celebrate San Antonio's long-standing relationship with Toyota. This monumental $400 million project is yet another way Toyota is investing in their commitment to our community. So I'm proud to stand before you today to showcase the city of San Antonio's overwhelming support for Toyota's expansion. In May, my city council colleagues and I voted to approve a $9.7 million economic incentive package to help secure this project. Our relationship with Toyota dates back to 1987, when we established our sister city relationship with Kumamoto, Japan. So the relationship that began so many years ago under the vision and leadership of our former mayor, Henry Cisneros, continues to bear fruit for our entire community. Thank you very much, Henry. This formal declaration of partnership laid the groundwork for what would ultimately become a game changer for the San Antonio region, our entire economy. Toyota and its suppliers employ 7,200 San Antonio residents, causing a positive ripple effect throughout our entire community, especially here on the south side. More than a decade after the first Toyota Tundra rolled off the line, our community continues to benefit from Toyota's decision to establish a plant here. Toyota has also been a great corporate citizen. To date, Toyota has contributed $45 million to local nonprofits, demonstrating their commitment to improving our entire community. Toyota has also established several sustainable initiatives aimed at protecting our environment, such as developing its solar farm, donating 700 acres for a nature preserve, and committing to become a zero-waste landfill plant. Including this proposed investment, we estimate Toyota's cumulative fiscal impact to be net positive $85 million through 2032. Toyota will continue to support San Antonio's educational and workforce development initiatives with their current programs valued at approximately $1 million and will invest an additional $1 million in city-approved educational and workforce development initiatives. These funds will be utilized to educate and train our residents to build a workforce capable of meeting the demands of 21st century advanced manufacturing jobs that's happening right here in our backyard. Finally, this investment will utilize innovative technology not yet available in North America, adding greater flexibility to meet the challenges to adapt to an ever-changing industry. Toyota has truly raised the standard for what it means to be a corporate partner. For that, Kevin, Chris, I applaud you and your entire company. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't also offer a special thank you to our Governor, Greg Abbott, and his staff for their efforts to helping San Antonio secure this investment and our great partnership with Judge Wolf and the county. When it comes to economic development, no one person or entity can do all the work. It's truly a team effort. Seeing the collaboration between the city, the county, the state, and the San Antonio Economic Development Foundation highlights the partnerships that set our region apart. We support our business community as a team to help local companies expand and grow here. Teamwork is our secret formula and makes San Antonio a prime destination where businesses know they can thrive. We're proud to have Toyota as our neighbor, and as a corporate partner, thank you for your continued investment and commitment to San Antonio. Viva Toyota, viva San Antonio.
Thank you, Mayor Nuremberg. I'd like to acknowledge also Councilwoman Rebecca Villagran and Commissioner Chico Rodriguez. Councilwoman Villagran for her representation of the district, her advocacy, and her leadership. And Commissioner Rodriguez for his years of dedicated public service. Toyota is proud to have both of you as our representatives for our city and our county. Would you please both stand to be recognized, and thank you for being here with us today. Now, I've saved the esteemed Judge Nelson Wolff as our last distinguished speaker, in part because he really needs no introduction. We all know the judge and what he's done for the community, but I've also saved him for last because of his unique relationship with this plant. He was in office well before we opened our doors. He has some interesting stories about the experience of courting and negotiating with Toyota on what was soon to become TMMTX that you're at today. Judge Wolff, would you please share some stories with us and give us your candor?
Well, thank you, Kevin, and thanks for the tremendous work that you're doing here with the plant and the 3,000 employees that work for Toyota and the 4,000 that work for the suppliers, most of them right here on site, 23 different suppliers, so it's a significant investment. Mayor Nuremberg told the story of Henry Cisneros. It's a story that had tremendous ramifications for our community. He also, at that time, hired Miss Sharani, who was well known in Japan and became our voice in Japan. And subsequent to the Kumamoto and the relationship and building trust with Japan, understanding their culture, we had a number of companies that moved here to San Antonio. Sony was one of them, Takata was another, and several other Japanese companies came to San Antonio after the establishment of those cultural and friendship ties. So we saw an impact after that. but it took a little while longer for Toyota. It was a interesting process. It was one that we were not sure that we were going to win it because the odds were stacked up against us. The supply lines were not here in San Antonio. So there was a really hard decision for Toyota made to be able to come here. But they took that risk with us for a couple of different reasons. They believed in us because of our long ties that we've had with them. They believed that the North American Free Trade Agreement, which was signed right here in San Antonio when I was mayor in 1992, that brought the three countries of North America together and created an economic giant between Canada, Mexico, and the United States. So they had those ties, they understood us, and they knew Texas bought a lot of pickups, and that was important. And so they made that decision, and I believe we have kept our part of the bargain, and they've kept theirs. They've gone through some tough times while they were here. They had the tsunami that hit Japan. They had the financial fallout of 2008. They had some regulators running adrift in in the United States, excuse me. And they stood here and never laid an employee off through that very, very difficult time. So when they began to talk to us about this possible expansion, we thought about that all the way back in 2002. But the dynamics of the industry has changed. Technology has changed. Just remember, the iPhone didn't come on in 2007, iPads not to 2011. We were in the dark ages in 2002. Now they were able to come along, use the state-of-the-art technology to create this state-of-the-art line that they're going to be building that allows them to put different frames on that line, allows them to produce any number of vehicles that could be produced right here in San Antonio, Texas. So it's going to be a manufacturing plant of the future. And you can't say enough by the fact that Toyota chose us to be there. We're doing everything we can to support their workforce. Bexar County has taken the lead in creating the first chapter of the Federation for Advanced Manufacturing Education right here in San Antonio. Toyota's donated to it, got the first 25 graduates out of it. We're going to have another 50 coming up here very soon. And they're continuing to invest in our workforce. And we think that's by far the most important thing that we need to be able to do here in San Antonio. Governor Abbott has been a champion not only of economic development, but he's also a champion of UTSA and is helping us bring about a whole new dynamic for downtown. And Governor, we can't thank you enough for both of those initiatives. And Mayor Nuremberg's been a great guy to work with and to have these things come about. So it's a day of celebration. It's a day that's going to make San Antonio better. The conversation that was stated back when they came here, there would be a pre-Toyota San Antonio and a post-Toyota San Antonio. We're seeing the post now, with over 50 manufacturing jobs in our community, nature San Antonio, and we're thankful for that and appreciate everything you're doing. We're going to continue to do everything we can to clear.
Again, Judge Wolf, thank you for your leadership and support. I honestly say we wouldn't be here today without. If I ask about what do I appreciate much and most about leading Toyota Texas, without doubt, I'm most proud of it as a long-standing legacy of contributing to the community where we all live and work. This in turn helps support the community and the future workforce. Speaking of future workforce, Mo College's district started a new community-wide initiative that will create generational change in our community right here in San Antonio. Along with the support of the county and private sector, the district launched Alamos to ensure access to education by providing last dollar scholarship funding between student financial aid and the cost of tuition the first 2 years at one of the Alamo College's 5 colleges. By eliminating barrier to education, the Alamo Colleges District working to end poverty. The program is truly a Start Your Impossible opportunity that will benefit many of the students in our backyard schools. We're pleased to have the partner school districts here today, as their students will make up the first group through Alamo Promise. And with that in mind, I'd like to bring up Joe Alderete, Vice Chairman of the Board for Alamo Colleges, and the three co-chairs of the Alamo Promise, Dr. Mike Flores, Mayor Ron Nuremberg, and Judge Nelson Wolf. They will join Governor Abbott and Chris Reynolds here on stage. Toyota Utility Company. And to us, that means not just building cars and trucks.